This is DSN TV, showcasing the ability in disability, proudly brought to you by the PA people.
And welcome back to the Disability Sports Network, live and exclusive coverage of the 2016-17 SEGL lineup. The next game is between Old Power and also Sporting de Clube from Portugal. And we're about to do the introductions. So number 3, Pereira. Sacramento, number 4. De Sousa, number 5. Antunes is number 9. We're about to do the other side. And we'll just get Troy back in while we're doing this here. Miko Vitala, number 5. Manila, number 8. Zanzibadovi, number 9. So number 6 is Eto Aronan. So that's what's going to be happening with the next game, which kicks off in around about 8 minutes or so. So we will go back to some music, but we will leave the streamer so you can see everybody warming up in relation to, of course, starting this next game. So, as I said, it should be a very, very interesting game. Be keen to see exactly what does happen in relation to it. Now, it looks like it is going to be Sporting de Clube from Portugal down at this end of the court. And I would say that it may be the number 2, which is Pereira, 9 Antunes. Or actually, maybe not Antunes, we'll see. But and certainly De Sousa will start, I would imagine. Will be very interesting to see. And Troy's going to rejoin us now. And I think we've got you back online, Troy. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And they've just gone through the lineups for the teams. So, just for the benefit of everybody, and this, of course, is the game between Old Power, who sponsored DSN to be over here. So thank you very much, Old Power. They do a wonderful job, particularly Erky and Miko Vitala. But the team is number 5, Miko Vitala, number 6, Etu Aronan, number 8 is Erky Manala, and number 9 is Isan Zabadavi. Of course, brother of coach is Erky Manala, and also Axel is the assistant coach, Axel Sunderholm. So, and there's Sporting Divati, or de Clube, sorry, is number 1. Now, how would you pronounce this name, Troy? Joao. J-O or Hayo? Pereira?
J-O.
Yeah, he's number 2, actually. Then we've also got Heiderly.
No, sorry, Jane, just to interrupt,
yep.
Just for the people on the camera, which team is closest to the camera?
Oh, that's, I was going to get to that. This is Sporting de Clube, who were closest to the camera. They're in the foreground in the green.
Okay, good, yep.
So number 4 is Heiderly, or Hadiley, Hadiley, Sacramento. He's 29. Just to let you know that Pereira is 44 years old. Number 5 is Hayo, again, De Sousa, who's 20 years old. And number 9 is Nuno Arturis, who's 39 years old. And just to give you the ages of Old Power, there are, well, an average age team. You've got 32 for Miko Vitala, Ito Aronin is 23, Erky Manala is 30, Eastern Zibadawi is 25. So there you go. So they're the lineups for this this next game, and I'll keep it on Sporting because most of the other guys I know. Well, I do know the other side reasonably well. So, Troy, any news whilst I've been away from home?
Just on the still on the goal. We're just looking at the guys warming up. The number 2 for Sporting, he's got one hell of a bounce. Mm-hmm. I watched him bouncing up against the net, and he's got very high bounce ball going.
Yes, they got caught out in the last game with a lot of long balls. So
understandable, yeah. So,
and the interesting thing is, Troy, there's been a lot of noise penalties early on. Of course.
Well, I was actually going to comment on that on the last game, actually, because I could hear actually the blue and with the team with the white sleeves. I could hear them screeching to their feet.
Yep.
So, but I didn't see any penalties called for it.
No, they weren't called for that in that one then, because they do count, but they stopped prior to the throw. But I think it's an area that they've still got to work on. That they haven't, there's no quick fix at the moment in relation to that. So.
Yeah, and look, I understand why they're trying to do it, but it is a thing that needs more work.
Definitely.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it just needs more work.
Yeah, well, this is it. I think that's what it does need. There's something got to be done in relation to it. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it, but I'm sure they'll get there in the end and work it out. So.
So tell me, Tony, the teams over there at the moment, they've got 6 to a side, or are they like 5?
Oh no, most of them haven't got. Most of them haven't got 6. There's some with 6, some with 5. Most of them have 4.
Okay.
Okay. But the interesting thing is, there's a couple of women playing, of course, in this tournament as well. So.
Very good.
And that's so. But they've planned. Look, it's a well-run tournament, but gee, I tell you what, they could certainly work on the scheduling. I don't think they need the gaps having between games.
Right.
So they're long gaps between games. But having said that, it's working well.
To give our Australian watchers an idea, how would these teams go up against in, say, our AGCs?
They'd beat most of them.
Right, okay, this is just to give it and that makes sense because they're playing so often compared to us down under. So
that's right.
Which is always our problem.
Yep.
So that's nothing against Australia, it's just because we don't get enough
well, that's right. And that's the interesting thing. So, but yeah, so that would be the interesting thing that would happen, I think. So, now it looks like we're going to have De Sosa, number 5, and let me just have a look and see whether I can stand up and have a look. I would say it might be Pereira, number 2, I think, in the centre. He did well in the centre in the last game. It is Harvey Pereira. Or not Harvey.
This is for Sporting, you're saying?
Yes, for Sporting. The team closest to the camera, we've got De Souza, number 5, Pereira, number 2, and I'm waiting for the other person to stand up, which might help me. It looks like number 9 is starting also, which is Inturis.
So 5, 2,
and
I can see from my camera. Okay. Yep. So 5 will be on left wing, 2 will be in the centre.
And 9 will be on the right wing. Yeah. Sporting starting with the ball. Yeah. And it's actually not, it's number 4, I think. I was looking at the wrong person.
Yeah, I think you're right.
4, yeah, it is 4, so that is Santiago. Oh, I've forgotten his name. I hate that. The next ball's been thrown. Sacramento. Sacramento throws the ball across into the centre. Blocked on this occasion by, now that looks like Eason in the centre. Eason Zibadawi. Cross court ball up and over into the back of the net. Off the feet of Santiago. Flicked it up over Pereira on that occasion. So, unfortunately, I'm not quite tall enough to look over the top of everything at the moment. Went right behind the goal. So, but it's a Ronan now with the ball on the right wing for Old Powell, bouncing ball, aiming for that gap again. This time Pereira gets there, blocks it, lays the ball off now to De Sosa. De Sosa good play. Goes down the A line, doesn't get it through. Rona passes the ball across to Manala. Manala with the bounce ball. He's almost caught Pereira going too far, but managed to recover. Lays the ball off now to Sacramento. Sacramento now with the ball. Goes down the line. Manala's there, picks it up. Playing a lot on left wing this tournament though so far. Faces a goal. And there's a discus ball. It's a hard discus ball, loose ball. Didn't get the ball actually stopped. And Pereira was able to pick it up. Passes it across now to De Sosa. De Sosa goes for the A post. Doesn't get it through. Ronan now goes across. Went across and the ball bounced off Sacramento into the arms of Pereira. Pereira now bouncing ball from the centre. Had one bounce and then just dribbled down. Isan Zibadavi playing in the centre with the ball now. Just slightly to the right of centre, comes in, goes with a flat ball but straight into De Sosa. De Sosa goes with a quick reply. This time between Ronan and Zibadavi they get enough on it and push the ball out. Anything you've seen so far, Troy?
The sporting team is up on that front line of defence.
Yeah, they are, and that's one of the issues that they do. They do play up there all the time. So, ball now is taken by Sacramento. It was a wasted throw on that occasion. Ronan bouncing ball into the centre. Picked up by Pereira, lays it off now to Sacramento again. Looks a lot more comfortable when he throws from the right wing. Again into the centre though. Zibadavi picks the ball up, plays it across to Manala. Manala around about 3 metres in from the sideline. Now 5 metres and goes almost to the centre. And hit the BC area, didn't get through. Ball in the hands of De Sosa. De Sosa puts the ball straight out again.
Tony, who's playing centre for Old Power?
Isan Zibadavi. And for those gold ball watchers, yes, it is actually the brother of Ahmed Zibadavi who plays for Canada. So, and he's well known over here as Espy, they call him. Not sure why, actually. There's a ball into the centre. Pereira's not looking as comfortable in the centre in this game. He's fumbled a lot more than he did earlier on. Ball now with Sacramento. Goes across court into the centre. Again, Zibadavi picks the ball up. Lays it across to Aronan. Ronan. Cross court ball doesn't get through. Well, the ball's lost and ball over. That's one of the things too, Troy. There's a lot of ball overs and they don't do any chasing as a rule.
I'm liking number 2 for Sporting with it on his hand side. His feet side is not so good in defence. His hand side is very good.
Yeah. There's almost a goal there on that occasion. Came off the post. De Souza. It's thrown from the centre. A bouncing ball aiming for the gap between the ABC area between Isan Zibadavi and also Manala. Not going to happen. Isan Zibadavi throws the ball but straight into the centre. Nicely controlled there by Pereira. Lays it off now to Sacramento. Sacramento goes a big cross-court ball, aiming to try and catch out the right winger down the front, which of course is Itu Ronan. Bouncing, almost got through the feet there of Pereira and jammed down on the ball late on that occasion. No discus on that occasion and a lot less power in the throw there from De Sousa. Ball across with Manala. Manala goes to discus up and over the top and out. Oh, could have gone anywhere that ball. Was more good luck than good fortune, I think, there. You'll see that in a moment, Troy. I'm not sure how far you are behind, so you might be able to give me an idea.
About 30 seconds.
Okay, well, there you go. So it's not too bad. Manala with the ball now goes across. In underneath. But blocked by De Sosa. De Sosa with the ball now. A huge bounce. Bounce higher than the goal line. Has it got through? No, it hasn't. Beat Zibadavi, but Manala was there. Manala goes to the right wing, hooks it back across, but straight into the chest there of Pereira. Gets up and does chase this time. Lays it off now to Sacramento. Sacramento hooks the ball, got straight through the gap between Ronan and also Isan. Overdived that on that occasion, went just too far. So, official timeout, equipment check. Now, let us know your thoughts on that ball when you see it.
It actually didn't go out. It actually went out on the post side. It didn't actually go up and over. It looked like it on the corner, but it was actually out to the side.
Yeah, no, that one there, yes. But there was a goal that was scored just after that. think you'll get
Okay.
that in a moment. Ronan
Oh,
does through.
that goal. Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
Ball now with De Sosa. De Sosa a bouncing ball. This time Zibidava gets there, does the chasing. A big pass back to Manala, who's got to be quick, and but puts the ball straight into De Sosa. De Sosa chases, picks the ball up now. Timeout, and that's a tactical one because they lost control of the ball, and to mine, they would have been struggling for time.
Yeah, just on your time out, mate, just on from what I'm seeing, I can see a major issue with the AB of Old Power. I said the centre being lazy. He's not diving for his balls. He's thinking, that's the winger's ball. So that's where the goal went in through last time. And also, you've had number 2 for Sporting just miss out so many times because he's thrown it down that AB gap and the wingers cleaned it up for the centre.
Yeah, that's right. And that was the issue they had before with Ronan, who was the right winger down the far end, and also Zibadavi, who's the centre down there. So quick throw on that occasion, no 10-second penalty, good work. Zibadavi picks this one up cleanly. Going to throw front of centre, a bouncing ball, but straight down and easily picked up by Pereira in the centre. Lays it off to Santiago. Sacramento now comes in. Skimming bounce on that ball, but Manala's there, picks it up, goes with a quick return and gets straight through the gap between Pereira and also Sacramento. So the score is 2-1. When it comes up, have a look at that one, Troy. That's well worthwhile. As I say that to people, of course, Troy's not here. He's in comfort of his lounge room back in Australia, or out the back, wherever you might be.
Yes, I'm still at the timeout period at the moment.
Yeah, so next ball now, bouncing ball. This time Pereira doesn't quite get to it. Well, he gets to it, but had to really stretch. Pereira now goes with a discus throw, bouncing ball, but that's wild throw. The line out on that occasion. It looked wider than what it actually was, but I think Ronan got something onto it to just push it wide. Ronan throws down the line. Doesn't get through the ball. Fractures up, but picked up by De Sosa. De Sousa now. There's a flat ball. Again, aiming for that gap. I think they've worked out that gap there now because they're aiming to go, as we look at it, the AB area there. There's a big cross-court ball there by Ronan. Again, this is better read by, as a quick return from Sacramento, but better read on that occasion by Zibadavi. Manala. Again, straight through that gap on the other side this time. So it was just misread on that occasion, so...
Going back to that quick return you were talking about on the Sporting, this right winger, it actually went under basically his hip. It didn't go over him, it actually went under him. So 1.5 metres in, that's disgraceful. That's not great at all. No.
That shouldn't be happening. There's a bit of court repair happening here.
Who is the left winger for Old Power?
The left winger is Erky Manala. Or the left as you look at it. Are you talking left as you look at it?
He Old Power left winger, as a left winger for that team. So C, basically.
Is Erky Manala.
Yeah, so it was a great quick return. It probably wasn't most accurate because it actually went in a 1.5, but it actually got it. Yeah. So, but now he's throwing nice quick balls.
Sosa with a bouncing ball again off Zibadavi, but Manala is there to clean up. Manala comes in now. Skipping ball aiming for the same spot. This time Sacramento gets his chest behind it. Cleans the ball up. Goes back into the goals. Goes across court into Zibadavi once more. Zibadavi does the chasing, passes back to Ronan. The two Ronan the ball.
Erky's the big man of that team, isn't he?
He is,
He's
yes.
just so accurate.
Yeah. And Santiago, Sacramento put the ball straight out. He is, and he generally plays centre, but he's coming back from injury and he's not playing centre. So, in fact, he hasn't played centre at all this tournament yet. That I've seen. The ball straight into the centre from him there. Lost a bit of direction.
He's making the Old Power look good and he should be because the centre for Old Power is looking very sloppy. So, but he's actually making his team look the better team.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because he's not playing the greatest at the moment. Zibadavi. Now, Zibadavi's a very, very competent player, but on this occasion, it just doesn't seem to have it. Now, let me just have a look and see. I think I've got a message here. I'm just going to check into Skype here from Desnan.
Okay. So it looks like Old Power is actually playing up tight as well as so is Sporting. But I'll get Tony to check in a second, but I've got a feeling that actually Erkey might be actually even in front of the centre. It looks very tight up there.
Yeah, look, it possibly would be. And now I've just had a message. This is from Desnan, who we hear from on a regular basis. So we're going to look at the next game, and I'll have a look and see what game that is, because we're going to have we'll get Desnan in for the next game, which is Rostock and 5th Malmo, and that is on at 4:30 p.m. our time. So there's only 2 more games to go after this. So we'll have him in as well. So we'll have a full book. We'll have get Desnan in as well.
Ooh. Not sure how much in front of you are, but there was a ball there I swore was long.
Yeah, there's been a few. We're in a timeout situation at present, if you're wondering why I'm not saying anything, but I did need to obviously just let people know what is what.
The right winger for Sporting travels around a lot. He always sweeps around behind the goals.
Yes.
Wanting to take the ball or throw from the other side of the court. He moves around a lot.
Yeah, he does, and he holds the team together. Actually, he does a good job at holding them together. That's the De Sosa, who's the. Did you say the right winger or the left winger?
The right winger for Sporting.
Yeah, that's Sacramento. Well, they both move a fair bit. Long ball, high ball has been called. So
while they're preparing for that, Tony, if you're the Old Power coach, where would you be telling them to hit attack?
Oh, I'd make the centre work and go either side, not right to the sidelines. Yoga goes across court and blocked out. Great work there by, was it Erkey? Yes, it was. I shouldn't be surprised then, should I, really?
No.
He got across there. He's a centre player. He's a centre player who covers a lot of ground. But he's, as I said, playing on the wing. So for everybody, keep your ears out. And listeners, we're actually going to have Desnan on. I think that's how he pronounces his name. I haven't actually ever spoken to him, but I will be calling him in prior to the next game and have him. Now it's Desmond Ajkovic, I think it's pronounced. He'll certainly be able to let me know. So just to let you know, I'll just leave with you for a moment, Troy, just while I type a
that's right. Looking at that long ball penalty, actually, the Erkey was there, but the ball was actually thrown out.
And a goal, sorry about that. I put it down to do this here. It's come off the centre and bounced up, so another goal has been scored.
Just looking back what we were talking about before, that AB gap, Tony, I just saw a ball just there. There was a full body's length gap between the Old Power right winger and the centre player, and the ball basically got the right winger's toes, and he saved it. It's just like, you just can't do that. That's bad defence.
Agreed. So at 4:30 the next game is, so I'll call Desnan around about 4:15. So if you're listening, mate, I'll call you in at around about 4:15. There's a nice ball by the Sporting to score. The score is 2-4. It just came out something up to what I expected. I think I was expecting a little bit more of, after watching the first game that they played today, the Sporting, I expected them to really push Old Power, because Old Power are relying on Manhala a lot. There's the balls from Sacramento down the sideline and blocked out line, it's called.
And I don't think they're hitting that gap that they need to in that AB gap. They're hitting the winger side too much.
Yep.
for me, if I was the coach, I'd be coming on and saying, for the centre, back tee, your back tee, go straight and hit that 2 metres in.
Yep.
So it's too far for the centre, and then he's not going to, the centre's going to just drop as he has been.
There's the ball up and over the top of De Sosa. Again, Pereira had to stretch late to try and get there, and didn't get there in time and flicked it up over the top of De Sosa. There's a high ball. Yes, high ball called too. Popped out of the hand of De Sosa. So, and this is what hurt them previously. Was the high balls that were thrown. So, as the ball has gone the wrong way and got hands to it, but it still went into the net. He went the wrong way and then tried to readjust and didn't get enough hand onto it. It wasn't a great ball because it was into the centre, but just to let our listeners know who aren't watching, went across to the right. He went to the right, and that's so. Now I'm just going to have a look at see this. This is from DSN Sounds Rule. Okay, it is like you read it. Okay, in English. So there you go. And of course, DSN is from Sweden. So, and Aberdoonovic. So, just to let you know, mate, I will call you in about 10 minutes before the next game. So that'll be at 4:30 finish time. So, but at the moment,
just looking at that.
Yes, mate.
Sorry,
no, you're fine. Yeah.
Just looking at that last high ball that was called, I thought it was actually a bit rough because you called it early, so I was looking for it, and from the camera angle I can see, I thought it was a bit rough actually. I felt sorry for the defender as well because he wrong-footed himself, then went back and went for it and got it, but it was just too hard from Lurky and just got through.
Yeah, he just didn't get enough hand onto it. There's a ball aiming for the B area, doesn't get through. Sacramento, excuse me, goes across to take the ball now from the left-hand side, but throws the ball out, line out, scrawled.
Oh my God.
A Ronan.
Erky was a good 3.5 metres in there, cleaning up from the centre.
Oh, he's doing that all the time.
That's just so wrong. Their centre needs to be replaced.
In the hands of De Sosa, goes down the line, it's line out. Well, the interesting thing is that they don't actually have another centre. And Manala's not going to play there, so...
well, actually, that's probably a good point. Well, what is the score at the moment, Tony?
I'll get clarification on the score in one moment because it's half-time. And... or maybe I won't. At the moment, I think the score is 5-2, if memory serves, but I need to find out so I can put it on the thing. So what I might do is I'll just try and get clarification of the score. At the moment,
and if that's the case, 5-2, if that's the case, Old Power's in front.
Yeah, well, they are in front.
Yeah, so, but if they've got 3 goals difference, you don't need to panic at the moment and change things up. Erky's scoring enough to give that balance across for the defence problems.
Yeah, I'm sure the score is 5-2. So I'm going to put that on. So I'll just leave Troy to give us summation while I put this and update the score on the SEGL website.
Yeah, look, the defence from the Old Power is very tight on that front line. Erky is doing really well. I'm finding the right winger is spreading himself across really well. He comes across, say, to the back centre tee, and then runs out to his own right wing and then swings it across. That's a really good throw. It's actually wrong-footed the Sporty centre a couple of times. So and it's good to have that variation in there. And I'm finding actually the Sporting centre is actually, he goes on footwork a lot. So it's probably a smart move there by that. So, look, Erky is throwing pretty much rockets down. Not doing bounce or anything, doesn't need to. He's getting in the gaps and he's causing the problems, so putting the stress on them. So from the Sporting side of things, the left winger is definitely my standout player at the moment. He's doing really well. Number 2 in the centre there, he's doing okay. if anything, he may be extending too far. No, he's doing, and maybe he's throwing a little bit too much. I'm not a big one for centres throwing. I'm old traditional, and your centre needs to defend. That's their core of the game.
The game's changing, though, Troy, isn't it? I mean, the game is changing to the point where that's no longer the case so much. I mean, once upon a time, you didn't have to. If you could play and defend, then that was it. But nowadays, with the power that's everywhere around the world and the bounce ball, now I consider that there is going to be a substitution for old power. I can see Miko Vitala is coming on. Eason is still there, and assuming that Urki will stay there, but let's look and see. Yeah, it looks like E2 might be sitting down, E2 Aronan, but I will get clarification on that, obviously, in a moment. So I'm just waiting to hear now. I might get a score update as well. So I'll just leave with you for 1 second, Troy.
Sure. Just looking at the size, so we've got the sporting team now the opposite end of the camera. They've got green shirts with black numbers.
Yep.
And now you've got old power down the camera with I think it's blue shirts with white numbers.
Yeah.
A dark navy one.
They're easier to read. Now I've just got to update the score because I actually did get it wrong. So we'll just leave it with you for just 1 second. I just need to edit this.
No, that's okay. So there's a couple of games left in the day. I can't exactly tell you how it's all going there at the moment because my iPad is buffering, and having a heart attack. But Tony's. I think Tony's got roughly about 4 or 5 games left this afternoon.
No.
And then by okay.
Not at all. We've got less than that actually. Sorry, I'm back now. I've just gone up. We've actually got, after this game here, we actually have 2 games left. We have 2 more games after this game here. We have the next game, which is at 4:30 local time, which is between Rostock Hansa and 5th Malmo, and then the last game is between Napaya and Old Power. So it'll be the finish game with the finishing game. Both sides from Finland. Now, not a lot has been happening. There's a lot of movement now. I can tell you that Eastern Subudabi is still in the centre. Erkki Minala is on right, and Miko Vitala is on left. Cross-court ball, but into the centre of Eastern Subudabi. The ball's going to be rolled out and blocked out. And line over, or ball over. Ball now back in the hands of De Sosa, who threw from the other side of the court and missed the court altogether. So, gone with a quick return. Fantastic work there. It was great work. They were still getting across. The score is now 7-2, so I had to adjust the half-time score if people were wondering what I was doing. And unfortunately, sometimes you just can't hear the score when they yell it out, when referees do tell you the score. And of course, we normally get I normally get it all updated from Miko and Erkki, but of course they're both playing at the moment, so it makes it a bit difficult. Since the ball has gone across to Erkki, sorry Troy, goes down looking for that gap again between De Sosa and also Pereira, but doesn't get through. So,
Tony, while you got a little bit of a break, was there a substitution at halftime? I'm still at the halftime mark, actually.
Yes, there was.
But for Old Power?
For Old Power, yeah, number 5 has come in, Miko Vitala, and out has gone E2 Arona, number 6. Now, the ball in the hands of De Sosa. De Sosa goes across, but into the centre. Subudabi picks this one up, plays it off to Minala. Minala about 2 metres in from the sideline, runs towards the sideline, then hooks it. Big ball across and beats Pereira. Magnificent ball there by Erkki Minala. And as you were saying, Troy, flat ball. Have a look at this. He got Pereira going the wrong way. The score is now 8-2. And of course, there's no winner crowned at this tournament because, of course, it is stage 2 of a 3-stage event. The first one stage was in Hansa in Germany, and the next one I believe, is in Malmo in Sweden. So next ball has been put out on that occasion by them. So player's been called. Looks like it's going to be Zibadavi throwing from just by the centre, high ball called. Yep. Now just got to back himself here. He's got to make a decision one way or the other here. Espy, and just decide which way to go. Fine upstanding young man though, got a lot of time for Espy. So he's going to take this. And he's blocked that. He chose a side and blocked it cleanly, so well done Espy. And as a coach, Troy, as you know yourself, and as a player, you want somebody to make a decision as Manala goes. Flat ball into Sacramento. Sacramento now goes across. This is off Zibadavi, ball overcalled. So the score is 8-2. This could be an early finish of this game here.
Tony, was number 9 for Old Power playing in the first half?
Yes. Centre.
Just looks like a different person, that's all.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, people have favourite ends. They prefer to play it as a cross-court ball, but blocked on this occasion. And a quick return by Vitala. Scrambling defence down by the Sporting de Club, but doesn't get through. With the bouncing ball on this occasion. And pushed wide by Manala. Only a little man, Urki Manala, but he packs a lot of power. There's a flat, hard ball and flick the tape. So, I'm guessing that was a goal. So, the guys only heard one whistle. So the score is now 9-2. A very fast, flat ball. Manala picks the ball up. He's going to take the throw from the right-hand side of the court. Bouncing cross-court ball and pushed out on this occasion by Sacramento. Sacramento for Portugal. No, the city, Sacramento? Yes.
Yes, it is.
The ball there's Robert De Sosa. Ball wide on this occasion by Manala. By Vitala, but Manala runs across. I was watching Urki run across court to take this throw. Bouncing ball, not a lot on. Off the post and in. Again. Oh. So 10-2. And okay, so Pereira's coming out. Well, that wasn't Pereira's ball though. That was an A ball, but Pereira's coming out and Tunis is coming in for Sporting. Is that how we pronounce it? Antunis? Yes. Yep. Antonis maybe. But anyway, he's a 39-year-old. We've got a 44-year-old replaced by a 39-year-old. So they go at about 5 years there and bring the average age down to the side a bit. Although the other boys in the side are young fellas. Straight ball into the centre. Blocked on this occasion by Zibadavi. Lays it off to Miko Vitala. Goes to the same spot. Doesn't get through. Long ball blocked wide in the A post. Ball now. Again in the hands of Antunis. Actually, Sacramento Antunis has gone into the middle by the look of it. Yes, he has. So he's a high bounce on that occasion to catch himself, and then he threw after that. It could almost be construed as in the act of throwing. Manala goes down, Vitala goes down the road. Sorry, Troy.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see a substitution from Sporty very soon. I can see them warming up on the bench.
Yep, they've just had one.
Okay, there you go.
So you've sort of got to watch and listen to us at the same time. I know it's very hard to do.
It is hard, sorry.
Yeah. No, Pereira was out, and now we have Antunis coming in. There's a flat ball picked up by Zibadavi. Lays the ball off to Manala. Manala throwing from just right of centre. Hooks a flat ball straight into the back of the net. Oh. They've called that high ball. Oh, not happy about that. Is Manala? I don't think it was either.
It didn't sound like it by the sound effects, Mike. Did not sound happy at all.
No, not at all. So, but anyway. see what happens.
I'll have a look at it. Who threw it? Which winger threw it?
The right winger for Old Power.
Old Power?
Yes. But he blocks it anyway. Substitution. Number 8 out. So Urki's taking himself out of the game and bringing on Itu Aronan. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. They've got a 10-2 lead. So smart move to see how they go without him.
Oh, absolutely. Totally agree.
And that, so we're seeing, as I said, next game is at 4:30 local time. So that is in about, what are we looking at? Well, a good 45 minutes. So there'll be another half an hour break or so between games. But I'll be calling Desmond in around about 10 minutes prior to the game. There's a bouncing ball thrown by Ronan, who's gone onto the right wing. Ball, a cross-court ball, pushed wide by Vitala. Okay, Vitala sends the ball out, goes with the, runs across. He's going to take this from the right of centre. I'm guessing you just saw that, Troy?
Yeah, it was high. It was a mile high. So, yes. Sorry, Erky, but it was. I don't know why he's complaining about it.
Anyway, Ryan with the ball on occasion. This ball, bouncing cross-court ball on this occasion into Vitala. So we've got I do apologise, Vitala throwing the ball down the line on that occasion. A timeout for Sporting Dibati, or Sporting. It's not Sporting de Club, it's not Sporting Dibati. Of course, that's the football side. And apparently, by speaking to some people too, that the Sporting de Club, they're in affiliation with one of the major football codes over there and teams over there, and handball, and they're very well looked after. So, which is good. But it's good to see them come over here for SEGL. So,
I think what happened with that high ball of Urkies was, I think he thought he was back towards the post more than he was, because he had his arm out, but he never connected with the post. He was actually forward too far. So that's where he probably thought that he was far enough back, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
So, and he released it, he physically released it over the line quite easily.
Oh, there you go. So the next ball's pushed wide on this occasion. Arona now with the ball. Bouncing ball. Oh, almost connected by Sosa.
So interesting, actually. Sorry, just to break the play. That high ball, and he subbed himself out.
Yes.
The assistant coach, the girl, actually came on court to assist Urki off. So to me, she should have stayed in her box.
It was a goal judge, actually.
Was it a goal? Okay.
Yes.
See, I can't see the goal judge from the camera angle.
Yep.
So that's all.
No, it was actually a goal judge. Yeah, that's right. As I said, I do apologise.
Yeah.
It's the best angle we could get. So.
Yeah, no, it's a good angle. We just can't see the corner post at the camera angle.
Yeah.
So. That actually leads me to another question I had a couple of minutes ago. Is in the goal judges, are they volunteers or are they referees?
No, they're all volunteers. The ball's up and it's a chance for goal, but no, Ronin's had a completely save. No, they're all volunteers.
See, I didn't know that into the previous AGCs we had in Australia that goal judges are supposed to be level ones.
Yes.
At tournaments. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it depends on the tournaments, Troy. In all realistic, because you're not going to be able to get them to this year.
No, I think it's a silly rule myself.
Yes.
So it puts more pressure on them.
Yeah, it certainly does. And that so
Yeah.
the next ball is
They've got
on
enough-
that occasion.
There's stuff to do on the table.
Yeah, well, this is right. So Vitala now runs in, sends the ball down the line, doesn't get through the defence there of Sacramento.
See, because I think, talking about the same subject, I think the only person on the table now that doesn't have to be a referee is the person that does the scoreboard. You know, the 10-second clock needs to be at level 2. That's one at each end. You know, and then you've got the scorers; they need to be a certified referee as well. So it's a lot of referees on the bench.
It is penalty situation here now. So as it goes down the line and blocked by Blocked by Zibadavi. Good work. He actually lost the handle of the ball, but managed to pick the ball up. He's looking a lot better now. Easton Zibadavi, SB. Let's go here. Ronan goes across court. It's up in the air. Is it into the back of that? Yes, it is. Goal to Ronan. So is that 11-2? I think. It's a score. Yes, so Bono in the hands of Sacramento. He sends the ball across. Not a lot on that. Ball now with Vitala. Nico Vitala. Into the chest of the right winger down the far end for Sporting. This with the centre player now. Nice ball, but well controlled there by Vitala. Passes across to Aronan. To Aronan. And the ball goes for the gap. And straight through into the back of the net. Now that should almost be game. Game 12-2 is the scoreline, and that is game. So good performance by them. And they didn't let a goal in after Manala came off, which was good to see. As I said, they did well. So we've got to go and have another long break of around about 40 minutes.
Just summarising that game, Tony, the disappointing factor for me is for the Sporting side, they didn't pick that gap that you and me were talking about constantly throughout that whole game, from first to the second half, on that AB. You know, the centre player's feet are weak from old power.
Yep,
and that was not taken advantage of at all.
Yeah, just I'll hand it to you for a moment, Troy, just while I update the website.
Sure. No, I think it was just before Urki came off, I was talking about... No, sorry, mistake. It was actually first half because it was at the other end. There was a time there where he was a good 3 to 3.5 metres in and getting a ball on his waistline. That's the centre's ball. You know, what is he doing taking balls that far in? So it's a bit disappointing that they didn't take advantage of that, Sporting. But, look... I don't want to take anything away from Old Power. That was a good performance. Urki was definitely the man.
Yeah.
As he is.
They didn't take advantage to either Sporting to Club of the opportunities when they were handed to them in penalty situations. Now, it was good defence by Easton and also Urki, but the throws weren't that crash hot either. You watched the Hansa Rostock when they took the penalties. They went and took the easy way home. They went the fastest way home. Picked the side. If somebody was good enough to get to it, fine. But they went with the stock ball, which they were always going to... It looked like they were always going to score on. So, I mean, and that's what they need to do.
Funny you say that, Tony, because I was just actually watching the late replay of a high ball that was taken by Sporty against Old Power, and number 9 defended it on the front tee.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I mean.
You can't throw at the centre. That's ridiculous.
No, but this is the whole thing, you know. And that's the difference. Well done, Miko. Yeah, no goals for you, Miko. 1 goal. So you're the defender. That was like me. Of course, that's Miko Vitala, who's alongside me. He's not only playing, but he's controlling the music for half time, and that's why we didn't get any in that game here, because Miko was just too busy doing other stuff. That's it.
All right, Tony. So how long have we got before the next game?
The next game we've got around about 35 minutes. 4:30. Now, I'll call you in, Troy, but I'm also going to call Desmond in as well. So I'll have you both on.
Sure, that's fine.
Which will make
45,
it 35.
45 minutes. No,
35.
Sorry, 35. So that would be 1:30 a.m.
1:45.
Australian.
1:30. Yeah, 1:30 Australian time. Sorry, yes.
1:30 Australian time.
Yep,
so
Sydney time. Yes.
Australian listeners. So.
Yep. So go and have a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Or another bourbon.
Yes. And now, is
there any news that I need to know about from home, Troy?
This is DSN TV, showcasing the ability in disability. Proudly brought to you by the PA people.